On tonight's episode of Red Herring, Liliya Evans, a hopeless romantic, was found dead. Her body was found underneath the bleachers on Tri-State University's football field. Authorities believe that the victim went to meet her killer before her demise. Liliya's body was found on Monday morning by the janitor, who immediately called the police. She was killed on Sunday night. Evidence suggests that whoever killed her was trying to resuscitate her based on her fractured ribcage. The list of suspects you are about to see are being interrogated by local police officers.
Hi, my name is Josie Rodriguez, and I'm 20 years old. Liliya is, was my best friend. We had known each other for the longest time, since 2nd grade, actually. We were like 2 peas in a pod. Sisters, even. You know, she was the one who actually gave me the nickname Josie. Like Josie and the Pussycats. We used to always watch that together. We did get into some fights. Child stuff, really. Boys, school, clothes. Nothing big. Nothing bad. Until recently. And it's all because of that Nate Carlisle. Even his name just disgusts me. We hooked up. And I know it's a bad look. A really bad look. But they were on a break. And he's the quarterback. And a flirt 24/7. So you take all of that at a party with some cheap beer. And yeah, you've got a recipe for disaster. And Liliya always got whatever she wanted. Because she was an only child. And I was the one with the crush on him first, but no. She was the one who ended up dating him. I guess it doesn't matter anymore. Can I have a moment? Enemies. No, I wouldn't say she had any of those. But if we're being completely honest, there was Christina Barnes. I would look into her. Apparently, I wasn't the only one with a thing for Nate Carlisle. She, supposedly, was his side piece. It wouldn't surprise me. The cheerleader, the quarterback. You do the math. I was supposed to see her on the day she died. Yeah. We had a midterm we were going to study for together. But she canceled last minute. Something came up. She wouldn't tell me anything about it, though. She tells me everything. That was suspicious. Bullies? No. None that we talked about. But I would look into Christina. She was always out for blood. Especially if someone got too close to her precious Nate. You didn't hear it from me, but I would say she was pretty obsessed with him. The last conversation I had with her? It was that morning, actually. I called her, and I apologized for everything that happened with Nate, and she forgave me. Everything was going to be fine and go back to normal. We were making plans for the next week, like we always do. Like we always did. I'm sorry, I can't.
Hello, I'm Jupiter Hernandez. I'm 22 years old, and my pronouns are they, them, theirs, so please respectfully address me as so. Liliya Evans. What can I say? If I am as my name states, then she is the sun that revolved around in space. She was beauty. She was grace, but unfortunately, her spirit has left this place. Sorry, sometimes I get caught up in my own spoken word. I'm a poet studying it here at Tri-State University. Liliya was one of my first friends when I transferred to Tri-State from a local community college. To be honest, she was my only friend. I try to keep a low underground profile so as not to associate with the sheep of the society, but Liliya Evans, she was different. Argue? With her? I would never, Nate freaking Carlyle. I never understood the appeal that women had for him. The way he somehow tricked Liliya into dating him, that's the only person we ever disputed about. That wretched man didn't deserve nor treated Liliya as a celestial and loving being that she was. Liliya had many people in her life that didn't have her best interests as I did. There was Josie, who was supposedly Liliya's best friend, but tell me, what best friend fucks the other's boyfriend? Absolutely disgusting. And don't even get me started on Nate's little headmistress of the night. That succum's named Christina was always by Nate's side. You know that rumor about the two of them being friends with benefits? Yeah, it's all true. I've seen them over at that misogynistic fraternity that Nate's a part of. I guess that's the perks of being part of the shadows. No one ever sees you. Anyways, that wicked broad was envious of Liliya spending time with Nate, so I wouldn't be surprised if she was harassing Liliya too. Sunday. That murderous Sunday. I was in the college's library for most of the day, and then I was making my way to the open mic in the park, but I saw Liliya. I was making my way over there. I stopped her to say hello, and I asked her if she wanted to accompany me, but she seemed preoccupied with something else in her mysterious mind. She said she had to go, and we had one last embrace before she rushed off. I wish I could have held her a little longer. Or rather, finally tell her how I really felt. But even the brightest of suns have to set at some point, I guess.
Hi, I'm Christina Barnes. I'm 20, but I'm basically 21 because my birthday's in like a month. And I'm a junior at Tri-State University. Oh, I'm also a cheerleader for our football team, the Vikings. But I know we're not here for me. Unfortunately, we're here for that girl, Liliya Evans. I didn't really know her, per se, but we did have a mutual partner between the two of us. That mutual partner being Nate Carlyle. I'm sure you've heard about him like 1,000 times already today. He's pretty popular on campus, and he just so happens to be my boyfriend. If you've heard anything else, then they're lying. I know there's this terrible rumor going around that Nate and I are friends with benefits, but I don't see it like that. Nate and I are simply meant to be together. I'm a cheerleader, and he's the quarterback. It just makes sense. What doesn't make sense is Liliya Evans thinking she can just swoop in and take Nate away from me. I've had 1 or 2 conversations with Liliya, and yeah, they went pretty bad. She just kept on saying shit like Nate was her boyfriend, but we know the truth. She was just a slut who wanted to feel something special because any guy she'd ever dated before basically shitted on her poor little pathetic life. Possible enemies, Please, she barely even had friends. Just those two weirdos. One's named after like a star or a planet, and the other one, oh my god, she was just as fucking sleazy as Liliya was. I wouldn't be surprised if she killed her out of like rivalry or something. They were both always after my sweet baby Nate. On Sunday, I was waiting for Nate's stupid ass at Omega Sigma Psi. It's the fraternity he's a member of. We were gonna have some beers, watch a football game with everyone else, and then probably hook up later. But he didn't show until like super late. And when he does, he wants to be like, I love you, Chris. Don't be mad at me. Chris, like, no. I'm not one of your boys you can just hang out with. It's so annoying. Look, I don't know much about Liliya Evans other than the fact that she kept trying to steal my boyfriend, and as far as I'm concerned, the universe just did its job. So over this interview.
You've probably heard of me before, but the name is Nate Carlyle. I just turned 21 like 2 weeks ago. I'm a sophomore. As most people on campus know, I'm the star quarterback for the Vikings. You don't know me? Liliya? I guess you could say her and I were together. I mean, more specifically, on again, off again, if you know what I mean. We weren't really serious. I mean, yeah, the two of us got into arguments all the time. She wanted me to pay more attention to our relationship than to my football career. I mean, come on, man. Football is my life, and I would do anything to make sure I get into the big leagues. Anything. My future is more important than anything alive or dead in this world. And she just wanted too much, man, so that's why we kept breaking up all the time. Liliya didn't have any enemies I can think of, no. But I do know that Liliya and Josie got into a huge fight last week. Liliya was mad because Josie and I, we kind of hooked up at a party. I don't get why she would be upset, though. I mean, we weren't even together. What was that, a Sunday? Sunday. I was with my boy Chris throwing back some beers at Omega Sigma Psi's party. It's crazy, man. Absolutely crazy. I don't know what time I left the party, but all I can remember is that I was hammered. Was she ever bullied? Liliya was pretty popular on campus, but I know she got a lot of slack for being friends with that weirdo. What was his name? What's his name? Jupiter. Oh, that's right. Like, who names their kid Jupiter? Other than that, I have no idea. I'm just focusing on my dreams, you know? Being a student athlete is hard enough as it is, so being popular on top of that just keeps me busy. The last thing I said to her? I don't know, man. Last time I talked to her, I was pretty hammered, so who knows? Are we done? I have practice. Listen, I'm not even that sorry, really. I mean, I am Nate Carlyle, a player on and off the field. I have scouts from the NFL looking to draft me. I have women crawling over themselves just to get with me. I have an incredible life ahead of me. And Liliya threatened to ruin every fucking thing I ever worked so hard for. She found out that I was messing with Christina. Liliya and I had been in a relationship when the friends with benefits between Christina and I started. But Liliya and her hopeless romantic ass threatened that if I didn't stay with her, and only her, she swore to God that she would ruin my entire reputation at Tri-State. She swore on her life that she would ruin it. So, I took away her ability to ruin my life by taking away hers. She asked me to meet her under the bleachers the other night and proceeded to tell me every single detail about how she was going to ruin me. About what she was capable of. I mean, what else was I supposed to do? Sit there and let my scholarship, the NFL, the woman, all fall away from me? Like I said before, I would do anything for my career in football. So I took my two hands around her neck like this, and felt her last breaths. This may be blunt, but it's also true. My future is more valuable than her life.